Will Smith was banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Max.
I don't even know what that means. I can't go to an award show. Shaking in me boots.
Is it just Oscars that he can't go to?
Yeah, he could still make movies. Like, what does that mean? Like, what, now I can't come on your stage? Like, the fuck? But yeah, Will Smith was officially banned from the Oscars for 10 years. I'm assuming that's because he didn't come out and, I guess, explicitly and publicly apologize to Chris Rock or say that what he did was wrong. It probably wasn't clear enough for them. And he was dancing backstage with the Oscar after he won.
He was dancing backstage.
I'm pretty sure that video was him dancing. There was a video of him like dancing backstage there at the after party
won?
Or something. No, not like after. He won.
At the after party.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so okay, I mean, I actually really don't even know. Like, I feel
he said his response was that okay, like, was something. I guess he agrees with their decision, whatever, or he respects their decision.
Same thing what we were just saying about the Grammys. Like, okay, like I'm not gonna come to your show. Like, I don't care. Like that, all that political.
You think after the 10 years is over, he'll ever go back?
Why does it matter, yo? Somebody has to really explain. I know we just had this whole conversation about the Grammys. This is gonna be like a separate, clip, I guess, for others that are just watching this individual clip. But we just had a conversation about the Grammys and about why these award shows matter. Like they're important, but at the same time, like this type of stuff, like who do they think they are? Like these academies and these different
you can't come for 10 years. You're not allowed to be in this space.
Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Like. That's
what I'm saying. Eventually, it's gonna get to the point where people are just not gonna show up to these things. Like you see, you're banning Kanye from performing. Like you look at all the stuff you did. And do you think Kanye quitting Coachella was a reaction to the Grammys thing? Like him maybe not feeling appreciated in music, so he's like, "F it, you guys not getting me."
Probably. If I was him and
that Coachella thing, and that's rough. I don't know why he canceled.
Yo, Kanye can make $8 million doing literally anything else.
He could, but it's like the fans. People was paid mad money to go once, and that was announced for months.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm a Kanye fan, but come on, you're gonna cancel a week before?
Yo, for real, for me, festivals need to just be for upcoming artists that don't have enough strength to pull an arena or enough like fans to fill up a venue on their own. So they need to go to a festival to go get a bigger audience.
But sometimes you do need those bigger artists and to gather those crowds.
Yeah, I know you do. But I'm just saying that me as a bigger artist, why would I go take a check? Because you know that in business,
But Kanye never done Coachella. That just would have been something to say that you did in your career. That would have been cool.
But just like the Grammys, who gives a fuck about Coachella?
Yeah, I know, but like I said, I feel bad for the people who brought tickets. Like, imagine we lived in Cali and we're like, oh, let's just fuck it, we're gonna go to Coachella this weekend.
Oh yeah, we selling that ticket then.
Yeah, but that sucks. I would have been so looking forward to it.
Yeah, but
and no, we're not entitled to celebrities' time, yes, but at the same time, celebrities aren't entitled to waste our time either. Like, we can't excuse some things unless something dire happened where he had to cancel. Sometimes you can't excuse some things that celebrities do because, like I said, it's the time too. He canceled like a week or two before, like a month before, okay, but a week before, like that's messed up. All the people that work on Coachella had to scramble to find something new. Like that is kind of messed up. You gotta agree. But I don't know why he canceled it. He didn't really give a reason. Which he doesn't have to. But I'm saying, like, I just wonder why. That's why I said, do you think it's a trickle effect to the Grammys and all that stuff?
What I would hope it is that these people don't need the Grammys. They don't need any of that stuff. Honestly, that stuff is a good look for, like, people that don't have as huge of an audience. Like, I don't know who John Baptiste is.
But now he could be like 11 time nominated.
Right, and now he'll get more
7 winning, whatever.
He'll get more views. His performance is seen by a bigger audience. I think it matters for those people. But like Kanye can go have his own festival. Like even Travis having Astroworld. Like you don't need to do these festivals because
that's true.
In business there's a winner and there's a loser in every single deal. There's never not a winner or a loser. And the loser is always the people that like Kanye performing getting paid only $8.5 million when they're definitely pulling in more than that because as a business, you have to make more. But then
why sign up? Yeah, they criticize Kanye then. He should never agree. I just said that. He should never agree.
But nobody should. Travis, The Weeknd, none of them.
I can agree with Travis because Travis was upset. Like, he really wanted to do it. But the thing with Travis, though, which I get, is he's still, like, he's not new anymore. But think about with COVID, you did lose 2 years of, like, performing. And, like, he just wants to get back out there, itching to get his stuff out there, get grow his fan base. He's not superstar status yet. He's not Kanye level. He's not JayZ level at all. So he still kind of needs that. Because he could easily, like, you saw how easily people switched up after Astroworld. Even though his fan base is very cult-like. They'll never leave. His fan base will never leave. But even his true fans that were at Astroworld, a lot of them, I don't know how they feel about him now, but they weren't messing with him after that. A lot of his fans that were there weren't messing with him after that. So I feel like he's a performer. He loves that stuff. Kanye doesn't need it. Kanye's in his 40s, doesn't need it anymore. Travis is still in his 20s, still young, still likes to do that stuff. So, him kind of being upset about Coachella, I get it, because this is like the first time all these festivals are coming back since COVID started. Like, a lot of people haven't really been able to really get back out there, and he was looking forward for a while now.
Regardless of whatever, like, people died. I don't know how people's perception, his fans, I don't know what their perception of him is, but he pulled 50,000 people just in a random city, and not a random city, but his hometown. So, yeah. He was able to pull 50,000 people into his own festival, and all organized by himself. It was obviously Live Nation and a bunch of other parties involved. But if you can pull that many people, and I know it's his hometown, so there's a hometown hero effect. But if you're able to pull those audiences, then I would never do a Coachella. Like, I just wouldn't. I
get that, but also at the same time, it is like a different, like I said, you gathering different crowds. Like, for him, it might not even about really his fans. It might be more so about gaining new fans, because what was it? I think it was it might have been Travis at, like, what's the one in Chicago?
Lollapalooza.
Yeah, I think it was him. I'm pretty sure it was him. And like before that was like somebody like Miley or somebody. And like the fans, they were scared though because they were getting crushed. I think it might have been like Cardi or something, or like Taylor Swift fans and Cardi were like, this set was like back to back, something like that. And obviously that's an extreme example. But you saw there was like Miley or whoever the person performing, their fans were mixed in with like the Cardi fans. And of course that was traumatizing. They were being crushed and stuff. But imagine that as like the different artists have a similar taste, and like they might not necessarily be a Travis fan, but now they're there and they're listening. I mean, I do agree Travis is at a point in his career too where it's like he has a fan base. If you haven't heard of him, you've been under a rock. So I get that. I don't know. I definitely get what you're saying. And they get so much more money having their own festivals. But it's like I can understand why somebody like Travis, who's still like not in his prime yet. Well, I can't say that, but he's not at superstardom yet. Which I don't know. That might be hard. Can you agree? Think that he's a superstar?
I think it depends what you ask.
Because I keep forgetting he's at McDonald's, Fortnite. Like, he has a crazy resume.
Yeah. Album sales, platinum plaques, and you name it, festivals and endorsements.
But I wouldn't compare him to a Kanye or a JayZ.
Yeah, of course not.
Like he needed at least 10 more years in the game.
I don't even know if JayZ could pull the numbers that Travis pulls.
That's a different era.
Yeah,
that has nothing to do with like talent or anything or superstardom. That's just the era. More people probably know who JayZ is.
And we're in an era where there's going to be kids. I think they're hand in hand, Travis and Kanye. But there's going to be kids that are not rocking with Kanye at all and think that he's a weirdo and just only like Travis music. There's going to be that crowd too of younger kids, and they only want to go see Travis because that's just their Kanye, I guess.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Kanye is like in a weird thing, right? Because it's like he has a lot of older fans, like our parents' age. And then he has our age, like people in their like mid to late 20s, people, in their 30s. And then you have like Maya and like Brandon, their age group, and like younger, like, and I wouldn't even say them because they're kind of like right behind us, maybe a little younger than them. It's like they're fans because it's kind of just a trickle effect because he's still kind of cool. Yeah. The young kids like was cool, so that's why they like Travis, because like he's still young. He's he dresses like how kids dress now, like he's stylish. He's hype music. So Kanye, like they like him, but he still kind of does that here and there. But I think people it's kind of just like the sheep culture. They see that he's respected. Obviously, he has the shoes, billionaire. His performances are like unique.
Yeah, remember, because these kids Brandon was 4 years old when Can't Tell Me Nothing came out.
That's crazy.
These kids didn't grow up in and it's funny you saying this because I sound like I'm old, but these kids didn't grow up in the same effect of when something came out. Like,
yeah, like
we were able to hear it.
We were in like high school, like our first year of high school when like all that Watch Stone stuff came out. Like that's prime music. Like we was right in that age group where like, and then on top of that, we was getting iPhones and like, portable players, music
was just
MP3
different.
players. So that was just a weird, like, that was just like a perfect combination of like the best music plus having accessible music like in an iPod.
And of course they were able to hear that music because me and Brandon used to have this debate that me and him had such different childhoods for what we were exposed to. And it's funny because like he thinks that we had the same thing because we like listened to the same stuff, watched the same things, but it's such a drastic difference in what we're exposed to. If you take, because we have a 7-year age difference, like if you take 7 years off now, he would be 11 and he's in college right now at 18. That's a huge gap in what you're going to be exposed to. It's a huge gap in music and what you can understand and the entendres and the fashion and all the other different things that come with it. So if you have Kanye dropping
My Beautiful Dark Twisted
Gold Digger
Fantasy.
came out in 2004, 2003. Brandon might have been one.
No, it was 2004.
2004. Brandon.
Wait, Gold Digger was on thing, right?
It was on the college drop.
No.
Late registration.
Late registration. That was 2005. 6.
Okay, that wasn't 6. It was 5.
5. That was right when I moved to Jersey. I was 9.
If you were 2 years old, obviously the impact of the music isn't going to be the same. I remember when that video came out, we used to watch the BET videos, MTV videos. Like we used to watch it in school. Like it was just a different.
I wish
era.
oh my God. Whenever me and my family finally come out of our basement, hopefully I find this camcorder, but I literally had like a little handheld camcorder and recorded a Gold Digger music video. Oh my God. I hope I find that. That was so funny. I was in Amira's room and I was just like rapping to it. And oh my God, it's so cringe. But like you said, people Brandon's age, they want to have that same experience when that song first came out. And that was a few years that the song came out too. That had to be like 2008, 9 at that point. 2008 maybe.
Yeah, but to get it back to the topic at hand, Will Smith banned from.
We got way far.
Will Smith banned from the Oscars. It's stupid. These people don't need this stuff. Like, I think there's rules and regulations that you have to follow. If he violated something, they have every right to not allow him to, be in their venue, be in their organization, whether me, him, anybody feels like the Oscars is like some coveted thing. No matter what anybody's opinions, their rules are their rules. And if they want to ban him, they can definitely do so. But we got to definitely shake in totality. And I'm not going to make this a black thing because I saw a lot of people arguing about, they use you, they like you when you're there, and then the second that you don't follow their rules, then they drop you. I'm not gonna make it a racist black and white sort of thing.
Yeah, they're like he has a clean record, Will Smith, of like things like this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that argument, but in general, yeah, if you do allow these sorts of organizations to exist and you give them the power and you give them the oh my God, I won this. If you give them that, eventually they're going to use that against you no matter who you are, whether you're white, black, or anything. Obviously, black people typically are disproportionately impacted by these sorts of things. But if you give somebody power, they're going to use their power. Like if you put somebody in office as president, they're going to use their power as president to do certain things. Like whether, you put them in that position. If we want to be like crying because you won a trophy, like they're going to use that. Like they're going to use it against you. They just are. So if people don't want that, if people find that, they're just going to drop you so quickly, just don't support it. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
This was still the lowest rated Oscars ever, least viewed. And I feel like we get that same record every single year.
It's getting worse because TV is not popular anymore.
Yeah, nobody cares.
These kids don't care about these award shows anymore.
Yeah, we really don't. Like
it used to be a thing when we was kids, like when we were younger. Like it used to be, everyone on Twitter was tweeting about it. You remember that? Like it used to be the whole tweet. Like, and people still do that now, but it was different back then because I used to get like in jail during award shows. It was more funny. Like the performances were actually really good.
These kids now, these kids ain't tweeting about the Oscars.
They on TikTok doing it. They hearing about the slap through Instagram.
Yeah, they don't care. They weren't watching it.
Yeah, we weren't watching it.
Yeah, so if people have a problem with it, just stop giving the people the power. Like it's a trophy at the end of the day. Like come on, we know the impact that his movies and shows and him putting on people from his hometown. Like we know the cultural impact.
10 years is crazy though.
It is.
That does kind of suck because it's like.
It's a trophy.
You think they'll go back on that? Because
then that makes them look soft. Yeah. I think they didn't do it because they probably had a meeting with him like, yo, we don't want to do this, but like, if you apologize, we can lessen it. And he probably just said no because, he's probably still standing on what he did, which is fine. Like, I'm not even mad at that. He's standing on what he did. So, 10 years, whatever. I like it. I like him. I actually kind of low key do like him not apologizing in a way. Because the thing is that we think everything, God, this is going to be such a long statement here. There's no telling what their conversations might have been privately between Chris Rock and Will Smith, although I don't feel like a conversation was had.
Yeah, Chris Rock just talked recently saying he's not talking about it until he's getting money from it.
Yeah. So, but who knows what conversations they might have had. They might have pieced it up. I don't know. But in general, we don't care about the Oscars. We shouldn't care about the Grammys. I don't relate to none of that. I don't know what the politics behind all that stuff is. I don't particularly care, and neither should Will Smith, who's done a lot for visibility and people that look like us in movies and things like that, and he's just been that guy for 30 years, and unfortunately in the past couple of them is kind of starting to get, I wouldn't say tainted, but it's starting to,
it's adding a little smart, because
to me it's adding a lot, because
it is,
this is now putting into question years of his accomplishments, and when you go
literally even before the slap, the relationship stuff for me has already kind of ruined my mindset of him.
But even Chris Rock, I'm seeing people's comments now, they're now just knowing who Chris Rock is, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, now they're trying to say good hair. Look at all the stuff he said in good hair.
I just mean in general, people I know the internet is full of these young kids, but they didn't even know who Chris Rock was.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy. And that now when they think Chris Rock, that's what they're gonna think of.
Yeah.
They're not gonna think of Madagascar.
Any of the really culturally impactful things.
Yeah.
But that's, remember, we were saying before, it's when we were making the Grammys conversation, when I look in the crowd and I see all these people out here with their phones out recording and all that other stuff, or you look at your merch sales or the way people interact with you, that's the real quantifiable measure of your impact. It's not with no Oscar trophy. You don't got to be on stage crying because you got a trophy. It's a trophy.
Why are you crying? And I think the crying is more so the childhood fulfilling. Yeah. Because as a kid, you're like, oh, I'm going to win a Grammy one day. I'm going to be up there. I think it's just kind of a wow, I'm really up here type of cry for a lot of them.
I completely understand that, but we have to shake that.
Yeah, but you have to shake that as a kid. That, you can't help how you felt as a kid.
No, I know, but
once you're actually up there,
we gotta get the Grammys and all these things out of here.
Yeah, I think eventually it's gonna die down. I think they'll still have awards, but there might not be shows for it. I think they're just gonna mail people their stuff eventually, right?
Even still, let's get to the root of it. Let's get to the root of this real quick.
But then again, actually, who would that benefit though if they do that?
Yeah,
the reason why they have a Grammys is because the money they make.
Yeah.
From the views.
Let's get to the root of it though. Why did they even make these things?
Just to give people recognition. Same, like I said, why did they make a Super Bowl? Why did they have a finals?
Nah, that's different.
No, it's not different. If you were in your field, there's usually recognition. Yeah, at our jobs, we have town halls where we have awards for people. Everybody worked hard, but there's only few people who win. In
the Super Bowl, you don't get voted who was the best team in the season. You compete in a sport. It's completely different. It's not a panel of people saying the Cowboys were the best team this year. Let's give them a trophy.
Yeah, but there's no other way to do it in music. There really isn't.
So why do it?
But just to recognize people for their impacts on the culture, on the world. A lot of people, that had really cultural impacts on society with music. I don't know. It's like every everything has awards. Literally everything. Why do we have awards at work? You're just doing your job.
I don't have awards, but I'm sure
we have awards. We have the community. No, it's every town hall is people win awards, and then you get a chance to win a gift card, and it's you award for how hard you worked for the quarter.
Gotcha.
Some people do go above and beyond their jobs and take on projects and stay up until midnight working, and it's just recognition for that. I don't disagree with it. I feel everything should have recognition, but it is hard when it's a vote on something that's subjective. Because I get it, in sports, there's no really subjectivity. You either are the best or you're not. But, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
And even in sports, it's not even about who's better. It's just who won that particular game.
It still is kind of about who's better, though. MVP awards, who's the most valuable player. That's kind of crazy. Because that's a vote.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that, though.
Yeah, but it's still an award for it's still kind of a
They shouldn't do that
comparison.
either.
Yeah, because they're all valuable. Everybody on the team who made it happen is working together is what the value is. Why are you giving somebody the most valuable? Same thing. Same thing.
The only thing about that though is that at least in its subjectivity, it's more tangible. Like
Yeah.
when they're giving out Rookie of the Year for basketball, they're looking like, okay, this person had 18 points per game, 10
Yeah.
assists. Like it's more quantifiable. Because if the
true.
Grammys was like that, then we would just be going off of Billboard stats all the day, and it would just be the same.
Well, that's
people.
what the Billboard Award is, right? Or is that a vote too?
I think it's more so about the status of like the sales. Yeah,
And
Grammys
the
is
People
more
Choice
subjective.
Awards, obviously, people are voting.
Yeah. So there's different things. The Grammys is just the whatever the panel
board,
the panel says. Whatever. We ain't rocking with the Grammys, but